Published 0607 EDT, the 15th of September 2017. Updated 1200 EDT, the 15th of September 2017. Arsenal and Cologne have been charged by UEFA following a night of Europa League chaos at the Emirates Stadium, with the German club set to take the bulk of the blame. Cologne have been hit with 4 disciplinary charges relating to crowd disturbance, fireworks, thrown objects and acts of damage. Arsenal are charged with a blocked stairway in a section of the ground for away fans. Cologne supporters lit red flares as they gathered during the match in the away end of the Emirates Stadium. As the stadium screen says, Arsenal's game against the German club had to be delayed by an hour because of problems. Baying police dogs bark at Cologne's very excited fans as crowd trouble mars the Europa League fixture. Cologne supporters were held up on a walkway by the police as they approached the Emirates Stadium. Disciplinary proceedings have been opened following the UEFA Europa League group stage match between Arsenal FC and 1. FC Köln 31, played on the 14th of September in England. Charges against 1. FC Cologne crowd disturbances, Art. 16(2) of the UEFA disciplinary regulations. Setting of fireworks, Art. 162. Doctor throwing of objects, Art. 162. Doctor acts of damage, Art. 16(2). Charges against Arsenal FC stairways blocked in away supporters sector, Art. 38 of UEFA safety security regulations. This case will be dealt with by the UEFA Control, Ethics and Disciplinary Body on the 21st of September. All these cases will be heard next week by the UEFA Control, Ethics and Disciplinary Body. Arsenal came from behind to win the Europa League Group H tie 31 on Thursday, but crowd control problems caused the kick-off to be delayed by an hour. The Emirates Stadium was locked down as thousands of ticketless Cologne fans tried to get in, some by storming through security cordons and trying to force their way through turnstiles. The visitors were given an official allocation of 3,000 tickets to sell, but an estimated 20,000 made the journey from Germany in an attempt to see the team's first European game for 25 years. Many of the travelling fans acquired tickets for the Arsenal sections of the ground, with some disguising themselves as Gunners supporters, and segregation broke down. The game was close to being called off and talks were underway to reschedule it before a decision was eventually taken to go ahead and play. It passed without major incident, although flares were lit, objects were thrown by Cologne supporters and seats were damaged. Arsenal promised a full review into circumstances which led to the disorder. In a statement released on the morning after the game, Arsenal's statement said, following last night's UEFA Europa League match with Cologne, we would like to stress that fan safety was always our paramount concern and informed all decisions made. We worked in full consultation with police and UEFA officials on the night and in advance of the game, and had taken extensive steps in advance to prevent tickets being sold to visiting supporters. This included a number of measures, including ensuring no tickets were sold via a general sale and that no red memberships purchased after the draw were able to be used to get tickets in the home end for this match. In order to navigate the terrace, some of the Cologne supporters were spotted clambering over seats. Cologne fans took over some streets of central London and they let off red flares before the match against Arsenal. Cologne's boisterous supporters march along Oxford Street hours before the Europa League clash. Mounted police survey the scene at the Emirates Stadium as thousands of Cologne fans make their way into the ground. One Cologne supporter was left with a bandaged, bleeding head after seemingly being caught up in the incident. We also worked with our colleagues at Cologne to stop supporters travelling without match tickets. The 3,000 tickets issued to Cologne fans was in line with competition rules, but it is clear many more visiting fans arrived, causing significant congestion and disturbance outside the stadium before kick-off. Many tickets were sold through touts, and this is very disappointing. We have launched a full review into the circumstances surrounding the game and will ensure any lessons that can be learned are used in the future. Arsenal's ticket exchange system is all managed internally, and is open to exploitation from visiting supporters keen on hoovering up spares. Once a game is sold out, the exchange system kicks in and fans who don't want to use the ticket can sell to other members. Thursday's game was included in the season ticket, and those not going may well have sold theirs on to Cologne supporters. The perfect storm of disinterest from Ghana's faithful and the massive surge in demand from Cologne fans seems to have exacerbated the situation. Cologne condemns the events, which led to the delay of the match against Arsenal FC on Thursday evening. The club would like to make the following statement. Cologne is proud that tens of thousands of Colognians wanted to experience the first European FC match in 25 years and made their way to London. The overwhelming majority of our fans have represented the club, the city of Cologne, and German football happily and positively. The London locals and the police shared these feelings on social media leading up to the match. Due to the enormous demand for tickets, it would have been sensible, not least for security reasons, to allow more than the allocated 5% of stadium capacity to the guest fans. It was apparent that thousands of people from Cologne would seek to avoid the restrictions and get tickets in every way possible. One such way would be through the help of Arsenal supporters, who passed on the tickets to the FC fans. Some as gifts, but some also for horrendous prices. Arsenal FC has described the extent of this second ticket market as disappointing and has announced that further clarifications of the circumstances will be evaluated. Despite Cologne and Arsenal FC urging fans to purchase tickets only through official channels and not to enter any sections other than the guest section wearing FC merchandise, the situation before the match showed FC fans lining up in various sections to enter the stadium. And also, despite the tremendous experience of both the London security forces and Arsenal as a permanent partaker in European football, the organisers were unfortunately not adequately prepared for the task. In our view, the security concept and communication seemed inadequate and the police force too small. The most important common goal of having the match played on the same evening was achieved by allowing fans with valid tickets to quickly take their seats. This procedure proved to be the correct decision. Finally, the course of the match showed that the mixing of home and away fans did not constitute a safety risk for this match. Cologne will intensively evaluate and work together with Arsenal FC, the security forces, and the representatives of UEFA to discuss what measures need to be taken to prevent such things, such as the shifted kick-off time, in the future. That said, Cologne would like to unmistakably make it clear that there is no excuse or justification for the fact that a group of so-called disturbers threatened, insulted, and even attacked stewards and police officers without cause. We distance ourselves from this explicitly. These people are solely responsible for the fact that a football match with a special meaning for an entire region, as well as the courageous effort of our team on the pitch, had to be overshadowed by scenes that had nothing to do with sport and fair play. Although Cologne is not responsible for the acts of these so-called disturbers, we ask our English hosts to accept our apology.